Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOC, Vicki Gunvalson gets petty, belittles Alexis Bellino's career. Vicki Gunvalson may be a friend of the Real Housewives of Orange County since season 14, but that has not stopped her from stirring the drama on and off screen. With every new episode, the OG of the OC seems to be weighing in on her new podcast or social media. Now, Alexis Bellino has found herself in her crosshairs over her latest outrageous claims about the show. After being dubbed the most hated Real Housewives villain ever, Alexis took to her Instagram page to try to tell her truth. In the post, she claimed that Bravo was intentionally making her look bad and fans would eventually learn the truth. She also revealed she was going to start posting weekly recaps so she could let fans know her side of every episode. After a decade away, Alexis returned to the show as a friend amid news she was dating RHOC mainstay Shannon Beater's recent ex, John Jansen. Fans, and her bestie Vicki, rallied around Shannon after Alexis and John came for her again and again. Taking on Shannon in season 18 with her planned-out lines was nothing compared to their next move. While cameras rolled, she and John threatened to release video of Shannon from the night of her DUI unless she paid back a $75,000 loan, which Emily Simpson confirmed is commonly known as extortion. As Alexis' post quickly went viral, fans flocked to social media to bash her and her message. Everywhere, but on her posts since she turned her Instagram comments back off. One commenter compared Alexis to former RHOBH star Brandi Glanville, saying housewives make a fortune on the show, but when they know the messed up they immediately start blaming producers. Vicki responded to the comment suggesting her time on the show might be short-lived. She didn't make a fortune this season. She was cast as a friend only, noted the OG. If she thinks RHOC is a career, she has a rude awakening. I don't think she's ever had a career. Maybe she should consider getting one because, hopefully, this is a one-season appearance. Career? The Kodo insurance queen added. Even though Alexis filmed as much as the full-time RHOC stars, being a friend is a pay-to-play position. This means you only get paid if you show up. Vicki was also quick to point out that friends make very, very little. Tell us, do you agree with Vicki Gunvalson that Alexis will not be back next season? Sound off in the comments below. The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, has long been a playground for drama, backstabbing, and fiery confrontations. In this sprawling world of luxury and lavish lifestyles, the women are no strangers to throwing shade and engaging in fierce rivalries. However, it was Vicki Gunvalson's recent petty remark about Alexis Bellino's career that really caught the attention of fans, sparking a wave of online commentary and leaving the RHOC community buzzing. Vicki Gunvalson, the self-proclaimed OG of the OC, has been a central figure on the show since its inception. Over the years, she's built a reputation for her larger-than-life persona, her outspoken nature, and of course, her unapologetically bold opinions. But her latest interaction with former RHOC cast member Alexis Bellino felt like a new chapter in her never-ending saga of controversial moments. Alexis Bellino, who made her debut on RHOC in 2009, is no stranger to being the target of the other women's jabs. Often portrayed as the more conservative and faith-driven character, Alexis has been the subject of ridicule by her co-stars for her over-the-top persona, lavish lifestyle, and the strained relationships with many of the other housewives. But it's her career, or rather the lack of one according to some, that became a flashpoint in Vicki's latest remarks. In a recent episode of RHOC, Vicki took the opportunity to mock Alexis, belittling her professional achievements, or perceived lack thereof. While the conversation veered toward the topic of Alex's career, Vicki didn't hold back, making snide comments about Alex's time on the show and dismissing her past endeavors with sharp, cutting words. Her career? Vicki quipped, rolling her eyes as she made air quotes around the word career. Please, what does she even do? Besides being on a reality show? She has no business skills. The remark quickly went viral, with RHOC fans expressing their outrage and dismay over Vicki's unprovoked attack. Some viewers pointed out that while Vicki certainly had her own share of business ventures, primarily her insurance company, Kodo Insurance, her history with professional undertakings had been rocky. Many noted that her long-running franchise of businesswoman titles didn't always equate to success in her personal ventures, making Vicki's commentary about Alexis seem all the more most startling was the sheer pettiness in Vicki's words. For a woman who is often at the center of the RHOC drama and who has made her fair share of career mistakes over the years, her decision to target Alexis' professional life felt almost personal. The dig came across as more of a way for Vicki to assert dominance in a world where she's been fading out of the spotlight ever since the newer cast members started taking center stage. While Vicki's comment about Alexis' career might seem like the type of throwaway remark expected from a reality show veteran, it actually spoke volumes about the ever-evolving dynamics of RHOC. Vicki, whose role on the show has been gradually diminishing as newer faces like Shannon Beater, Tamra Judge, and Gina Kirschenheiter take center stage, is now struggling to find ways to stay relevant in the increasingly competitive world of the Real Housewives franchise. With a diminishing fan base and fewer storylines to explore, Vicki resorted to dragging Alexis into the conversation, using her for fodder to regain attention. On the flip side, Alexis Bellino has experienced her fair share of highs and lows in her post-RHOC career. After leaving the show in 2013, Alexis has made attempts to build her personal brand with some successes and some setbacks. She's worked on a few business ventures, including fitness lines and beauty products, and even appeared on a few reality television projects after RHOC. However, despite her efforts, Alexis has struggled to maintain the kind of high-profile presence that Vicki, Tamra, and Shannon have been able to cultivate. But what Vicki seemed to forget in her vicious commentary was that Alexis, despite the sometimes over-the-top nature of her persona on RHOC, has continued to find success in her own way. Whether or not one agrees with Alexis' approach to life, she's a mother, a wife, and someone who has worked hard to build a life outside of the show. Even if she doesn't fit the mold of the traditional businesswoman that Vicki deems acceptable, Alexis' career and personal life are her own to define. The conversation about women in business and career choices is an ongoing and complex one. It's easy to dismiss someone else's career based on preconceived notions or limited information, but such judgments often overlook the challenges that people face in building successful lives and businesses. Alexis Bellino's career, much like Vicki Gunvalson's, is multifaceted and deserving of respect, no matter how it differs from the next person's. Vicki's petty comments about Alexis' career also cast a shadow on the broader issue of ageism and competitiveness within the world of reality television. As more and more new housewives are introduced into the fold, the established veterans who have seen their star power diminished may resort to desperate tactics to remain relevant. It's no secret that the world of reality television is built on controversy and attention-grabbing moments, and as Vicki's past seasons have shown, she has no problem stirring the pot to keep herself in the public eye. What's most curious about this situation, however, is that both Vicki and Alexis share similar experiences. Both women have faced personal and professional hurdles, have had to rebuild after tough times, and have been thrust into the public eye in ways that few people can understand. Instead of tearing each other down, they could have found solidarity in their shared experiences. The RHOC fanbase has been divided in their reactions. Some fans sided with Vicki, claiming that Alexis had never been particularly impressive or noteworthy in her business pursuits. Others rallied behind Alexis, feeling that Vicki's comment was just another instance of her belittling and bullying behavior. The ensuing backlash has only amplified the simmering tensions between the two women, further cementing Vicki's image as a controversial figure within the Housewives franchise. In the end, The real tragedy of Vicki's petty remark isn't just the jab at Alex's career, it's the way it highlights the fractured, sometimes toxic nature of that RHOC world. The constant pursuit of validation, whether through petty insults or aggressive competitiveness, only serves to undermine the women at the center of the show. The question remains, will Vicki and Alexis ever truly find common ground, or are they destined to remain at odds in their ongoing rivalry? For now, fans will have to wait and see what unfolds next in the ever-explosive world of RHOC. Former Real Housewives of Orange County (RHOC) star recently declared that her time on the show was her career. It didn't take long for the internet to catch fire. While some viewers might have understood the sentiment, others felt that it was an unintentional invitation to roast the reality TV personality. Fans and critics alike were quick to weigh in, delivering a volley of snark, humor, and biting commentary. For many, Bellino's declaration was perplexing. After all, it wasn't as if RHOC was the launchpad for a long and glittering career in mainstream entertainment. Despite her multiple stints on the show, it never quite seemed as though Alexis had cemented her place among the most iconic housewives. Compared to the likes of Vicki Gunvalson or Tamra Judge, whose names are practically synonymous with the franchise, Alexis' tenure felt more like a brief stopover. Her career on the show was often marked by controversies and criticisms that left viewers divided. Bellino joined RHOC in 2006, and her early years were largely spent defending her lavish lifestyle and attempting to fit into the elite group of housewives. She quickly became infamous for her high-maintenance persona and tendency to stir the pot. Though she tried to project an image of perfection, touting her self-proclaimed status as a devout Christian and doting mother, many found her a bit too scripted for their tastes. But that's the nature of reality TV. It's all about navigating the fine line between being real and playing a role. And sometimes the balance isn't quite right. When Bellino's comment about RHOC being her career hit the airwaves, it was as if the universe had finally decided to acknowledge what everyone else had already figured out. The joke was now officially on her. Social media exploded with a mix of laughter, disbelief, and memes, many of which poked fun at the idea that a reality TV show could define someone's entire career. For many viewers, RHOC might have been a stepping stone, a platform for something bigger. But for Bellino, it seemed to be the summit. One of the most prominent aspects of Bellino's time on RHOC was her penchant for claiming that her lifestyle was a reflection of her hard work. The constant flaunting of her wealth and her obsession with maintaining an idealized version of herself sometimes felt more like a marketing gimmick than an organic narrative. But if there's one thing the Housewives franchise knows how to do, it's turn the mundane into the dramatic. Alexis Bellino's run was a reminder that RHOC is often more about drama and conflict than about actual career progression. Social media critics and fans quickly latched onto this idea, sparking countless memes that circulated the web. Some compared her statement to someone trying to claim a prize for simply existing in a spotlight for a while. Others made light of the fact that her association with the show might not exactly scream career goals. The most savage of the roasts came from memes juxtaposing her comment with the careers of others in reality TV. People pointed out that Alexis Bellino wasn't exactly commanding red carpets or starring in blockbuster films post-RHOC. Her name wasn't associated with any major brands or groundbreaking projects. Instead, she remained a constant fixture in the tabloids due to her antics on the show, and perhaps that was her real claim to fame. One meme showed a clip of Alexis proudly declaring RHOC was her career, followed by a voiceover. And for my next trick, I'll be appearing in reruns of RHOC for the next decade. It was the kind of humor that made viewers snicker, not just because it was funny, but because it was painfully accurate. A reality TV personality's shelf life is often brief, and for someone like Alexis Bellino, who didn't quite manage to capture the full attention of fans, the idea of RHOC being her career seemed like a punchline. Others couldn't resist a bit of shade, tweeting lines like, "If RHOC is your career, then I guess a few real estate listings and an Instagram post are the pinnacle of my success." The comment, like many others, served as a playful jab at Bellino's portrayal of her life on TV. As much as she tried to make herself out to be a glamorous and business-savvy woman, her critics were quick to remind everyone that the lines between reality and TV were often blurred. One area that seemed to add fuel to the fire was Alexis' controversial relationship with her ex-husband, Jim Bellino. The couple's tumultuous divorce, combined with her public struggles in her personal life, became a recurring topic on RHOC. It didn't help that Alexis' attempts to maintain her public image as the picture-perfect Christian woman often clashed with the drama unfolding in her own marriage. Fans were left divided, some believing her to be a genuine character in search of stability, while others saw her as someone desperately trying to control how RHOC came to an end. Alexis did attempt to diversify her career by launching a few business ventures, including a line of swimwear. However, her business efforts rarely gained much traction, further fueling the belief that her primary role was as a housewife, not an entrepreneur or business mogul. To many, her attempts to make a career outside of RHOC were like watching someone try to swim in a pool that was already drained. Despite the mixed reactions to her time on the show, Alexis Bellino's comment did reveal something fundamental about reality TV culture: the blur between public persona and actual achievement. For better or worse, Alexis had built her public identity largely around her time on RHOC, and in many ways, it had come to define her. The roast was a reminder that reality TV isn't just a platform for personal growth. It's an industry that thrives on spectacle and drama. Sometimes, those who come for the drama end up staying for the fame. In the end, Alexis Bellino's career comment was a moment that encapsulated her entire RHOC journey: one part self-promotion, one part reality TV exaggeration. As much as the internet loved to roast her for the remark, it also reminded us of a truth that all reality stars know too well: fame, no matter how fleeting, is a career in itself. Whether or not it leads anywhere substantial is a matter for history to decide, but for now, Alexis Bellino is still riding the wave of RHOC fame, whether she likes it or not. And in the world of reality television, that might just be enough.